Judicial activism, Pakistani style, Chaudhry versus Musharraf. Iftikhar Chaudhry ushered the Supreme Court of Pakistan into the era of what in India had been labelled judicial activism 10 years previously. It first became evident in the increase of proceedings initiated by the courts themselves, suo motu actions. Nearly 21,000 suo motu proceedings in the space of about 2 years. Judges began calling governments to account on any number of issues. Chief Justice Chaudhry first established his reputation in a financial matter, the plan to privatize the Pakistan steel mill that the state was preparing to sell to a close associate of Prime Minister Shaukat Aziz for next to nothing. But his celebrity came with the case of the missing persons. The Supreme Court first began looking into the fate of Baloch victims and then turned its attention to Islamists who had similarly disappeared. Supreme Court activism, which Musharraf correctly attributed to Iftikhar Chaudhry, antagonized the general to the point of calling on him to resign on 9th March. The Chief Justice refused to step down. So Musharraf dismissed him from his office, referred his case to the Supreme Judicial Council, and appointed a new Chief Justice. His chosen replacement, Javed Iqbal, immediately took oath and summoned his predecessor before the Supreme Judicial Council that he presided on 13th March. Chaudhry then had to answer accusations made by Naeem Bukhari, an attorney with the Punjabi Bar Council, regarding favours he secured for his son, reportedly obtained from him to exercise a medical profession and then enter the police force. Musharraf should have come out unscathed from this incident due to the opportunism, even careerism, typical of unscrupulous lawyers. All the more since the man who replaced Javed Iqbal as Chief Justice on 22nd March by virtue of the principle of seniority, Bhagwan Das, seemed prepared to play his game. But it was lawyers, on the contrary, who in a burst of activism on an unprecedented scale mobilized behind the deposed Chief Justice against Musharraf. The Bar Association's network played a major role in this regard. The Punjab Council revoked Naeem Bukhari's license on 10th March. The Lahore Bar Association, moreover, was one of the main centers of protests. Local lawyers taking to the streets, braving the risk of being roughed up by the police. Similar demonstrations spread throughout the country to Karachi, Quetta, Peshawar, Muzaffarabad, and so on. Beyond that, one after the other, regional bar associations invited Iftikhar Chaudhry to come speak to them. The Rawalpindi Bar Association was the first to do so, and on 13th March, the Chief Justice thus gave an address on the importance of the separation of powers. On 5th May, at the invitation of the local bar association, he left for Lahore from Islamabad. The procession, 2,000 vehicles long, took 24 hours to make the trip, 6 times longer than usual. He was greeted by a crowd of 50,000 people. On 12th May in Karachi, violence in the wake of an MQM rally associated with his visit claimed some 40 lives. Each time, the lawyers played a key role in organizing the demonstrations.